Turn off the air! Ladies and gentlemen, we've got problems. You get to see all the background now, I guess. I don't know what the deal is. For some reason, there was an update on the television behind me, and I can't show what I normally show. So anyways, fun times. Good evening. Crazy night. Sorry I'm a little late. Just getting in and yeah. So anyways, hope you're well. Let me go through the comments real quick. Julie, all the people in green, thank you so much. You guys are the channel subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you so much. There's also some Patreons on there. I cannot thank you enough. So Julie, thank you so much. Julie and the Suttons have also said that the tickets are on sale. I haven't been contacted about it, but the tickets are on sale for the Fisher Theater in Danville, Illinois, January 31st. Check that out. I'll have more information about that soon. Margaret, great to have you. Thank you so much. Sheila, Tony, awesome. Joe, appreciate you guys. Have fun at the birthday dinner. Awesome. Faye, thank you so much. Kate, thank you. I appreciate you. And some. Love our Canadian friends. Lola as well. Francis O'Mears, thank you. Kristen Turner, Annie B. I appreciate you, Annie B. Annie B is our TikTok person. She is awesome. Kathy Kalish, good to have you. It's been that kind of day. Exactly. Hello, Lola and Jeannie Galen. Appreciate you guys. Kristen Turner. Because of snow, you had a day off. Oh. Deneen, thank you so much. Okay, so no background tonight. It is what it is. Got about 30 minutes before the episode drops tonight. I have changed for now. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do in the future, but for now, I've changed the Friday night, the After Dark episodes to 7 p.m. just to see how it works. We're shuffling it and just kind of testing it. We had a great turnout last week. I don't even know the numbers exactly, but like After Dark has been decent, and then the case reopened last night with Peru, which was episode number 2 of the Ryan Files, did really well. I think the original episode had 805 views, and I think we're over 8,000 for case reopened. So that's awesome. And then tonight we have John R. Carlos. We're talking about cryogenics. Now he's a fictional author, but he had to do a lot of research for his book. So we're going to get into that specifically tonight. And it's interesting. And John admits, and if you're a Patreon member, go over and check out the Aftermath. God bless him. He doesn't do a lot of podcasting or anything like that. He was nervous on the microphone, so he admits that. But the information is there and it's compelling. So, and you know, it's just a real question. You got to talk about it. It's like, okay, what's it mean? Literally, what's it mean if you're frozen and, you know, 100 years down the road and you don't have any family left? Who's in charge of making the decision on do you get reanimated or not? And we get into the technological side of it, but we also get into some other things. So interesting episode to say the least. This week coming up is on Tuesday night, Samuel Chong. We're going to be talking about the Thiaoouba prophecy. There's a gentleman who was allegedly taken by aliens to another planet for 9 days and was taught a lot of things and told to come back to Earth and tell all of it. So that's an interesting episode. Samuel Chong is not the guy that was abducted, but he is the translator of it and also the distributor of this book. Now, he met the original author before he passed away. He's from Australia. But Samuel Chong's an interesting dude, and I actually have him on another episode down the road. So tune into that. Very interesting all the way around. Not sure how I wrap my head around it exactly, but not judging it. Just watch and see what you think. And then the following weekend, next Friday, we have another case reopened. AI. This was an episode, I forget the number, but man, it was something else. I had some extra time down in Santiago, Chile, during the time of this episode being out. And I took advantage of it, man, and did a lot of research, had great internet in that hotel, and it was just awesome. So if you haven't tuned into that episode, it is still relevant today about AI. So check it out for sure. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. And if you ever want to see what happened down in Chile, you can check it out too on, again, on Patreon. So check it out. It's called the Chile Files. You can see in the reflection here, right here, this is a kitty chair. It's kind of awesome. Got a new camera for the studio. Very excited about that. This guy right here. I'm going to hopefully be setting it up tonight, but I've got to figure out what's going on back here. That's a big problem. So got to figure it out. 4K resolution. Haven't had that to date. Have been shooting with old PTC cameras that don't have the best color or quality. They were all 1080. This is 4K. Be able to digitally zoom and frame better. So I'm excited about getting it set up. And yeah, a couple of toys that I need for that project. I got 2 in the mail today, so I'm excited about, yeah, I'm just kind of getting my geek on a little bit tonight. Hopefully, now I've got a lot of stuff shot, but hopefully moving forward, we'll be able to shoot a little bit clearer. The picture will be nicer. So this is the big thing that I needed. I built my own contraption with a teleprompter and camera and all that, and that's what I'm looking at right now. And someday I need to do like a studio, show you guys what the studio looks like. But anyways, this is just a camera head for like a tripod, 3/8" screw. But this is what I needed, and another longer cable to get this camera working. So I'm going to get to work on that tonight. I know there's a lot of, like I said, Patreon people out there and channel members. For the Patreon folks, I do deliver a Christmas gift each year. And one of the things for Patreons at the agent level, special agent level, this year is going to be 2 things. There's 2 books, both for one really for an upcoming episode, but this is, you guys remember Gary Legier, Face of Mars, boom. This is his book, man. And you can see it's a big book, and he talks about how it's a big book. He says it all the time. But man, great photographs, a lot of color photographs, you know, stuff like this in the book. So this is coming out to the folks who have been awesome, and I really appreciate you. And, you know, if nothing else, it's almost like a desktop or what do you call it? A living room table book or something like that. So very interesting. Let me see what people are saying. I see the comments moving around. Everybody's saying hello to everyone. That's awesome. I love the community, man. I love it. You're okay. Tell Doug and David I said hello down in Grand Rivers. Awesome. I will see you all at Penn's Peak for sure, including you, Heather. Yeah, we all need Penn's Peak. Hope you're doing well, Heather. Praying for you. Anyway, moving forward, basically just got some great stuff going on. The bottom line is, man, just really, really trying to plug ahead. I think last week I mentioned that I was trying to get episodes, you know, the 2 episodes a week kind of booked and in the can all the way through the second week of February is what I'm shooting for, only because I leave in December and I'm going most of January, or I leave actually in January. I'm going most of January. You get back, got to get back in the groove with Legends, rehearsals and all that. And then, you know, we can start back up, but that gives me a little bit of leeway. And I'm sure along the way, there will be more interviews going on, but I don't know that in January, I'm going to have a ton of time. So, just, doing what I normally do: research, find contact information, reach out. It's a yes or a no. When it's a yes, book them, do the interview, and at least it's in the can. So I've been able to get that much stuff booked, and a lot of it already edited too. Working hard just every second I get, because I do want to have the opportunity to enjoy the holidays without having to work. Enjoy my time off in January, because I'm on tour. I don't want to be like stressed out about that stuff while I'm on the road, and I also get to visit family during that time. So just doing a good job, crushing it. People are awesome, showing up to interviews, and I had 2 great interviews this week, by the way. So far, there's actually more than this, but Karen Wilkinson is a abduction survivor. This is not like regression therapy kind of stuff. This is like she remembers all this stuff from her childhood up until much later in her life. And man, the story is fascinating. I go into these episodes with just convince me. I walked away 1000% believe her story, and it is compelling. And kind of heart-wrenching at the same time, but it was an amazing episode. So definitely tune into that one. I think that one will be coming out not too long from now, towards the end of November. I also had another amazing episode with a gentleman named Lyle Blackburn. He's been on everything you've ever seen, from National Geographic to History Channel, A&E, all that stuff. He's a researcher about cryptids, but we dove into the idea of vampires and werewolves. So that's an exciting episode, going to be coming up on After Dark, I believe sometime in December. So just rocking it on this end, and doing the best I can. One thing that has come up this week that is just, it's kind of heartbreaking, and I just want to share it with you folks. Let's see here. Brenda, it's no problem. You can be late. You can watch it later. No problem. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Everyone, thank you so much. So, and I love the fact that you guys are a community, man. That's awesome. So I've mentioned over the past couple of weeks just a little bit of frustration with what's going on the ETA Files side of things. It's no different, really, when you think about it. You reach out to someone, okay? The only difference really is that I know these people. There is already a forged relationship with most of the people on ETA Files. I reach out to them just like I would a professor, a researcher, a scientist, a doctor, whatever it is. Or sometimes they'll reach out to me. Whatever it is, we communicate. We say, okay, when are you available? Sometimes I have people who say, I won't be available for several months, but let's select this date. And we do. Sometimes you have someone that says, hey, I'm available tomorrow. And we set it up. Across the board, this is a very simple thing. Communication, agree on a date, set a date and time, and then we show up for the interview. Obviously, juggling both ETA Files and the Ryan Files, I've got a schedule of a lot of interviews. There's one day next week I have a 10 a.m., a noon, and a 2 p.m. interview, 3 different interviews. Kind of crazy. But none of them are Elvis. So here's the thing. I've been reaching out to Elvis guys, reaching out, people I know, can't get them on. And that's fine. I don't need guys to say yes. But it's not that guys are saying no. It's that they are saying yes and then not showing up. In the past 2 weeks, and I'm a week or so ahead. Just so you know, the YouTube algorithm kind of likes it whenever you get an episode uploaded a week in advance. It has a chance to kind of figure out what it's all about, get ready to push it out there when it becomes live. And that's the best thing you can do for the video, is get it out there, uploaded at least a week in advance, at a minimum 2 days, 48 hours in advance. So I try to do that, which means then that, keeping that in mind, I'll always be 2 to 3 weeks ahead of whatever you're seeing live during a premiere. So, that's what I've been doing. And when you have that already set up, it would require you to do 1 episode a week to have the next week going, and so on and so forth. And you're just stacking that 3 weeks in advance. The last 2, and I'm not going to mention any names, and I'm not trying to call anyone out or anything, but there was a gentleman from overseas that had a very valid excuse, said, "Hey, I can't do it. I've got a meeting I can't attend." I said, "No problem. What about the following week?" "Yep, no problem." Following week comes around, no show. And when I emailed, no response, ghosted. I thought, well, that's not cool. Oh, you can see Finn in the reflection, right? Oh, right. Oh, yep. You see her jumping around. Anyways, and this week, had an episode scheduled to be recorded on Tuesday. And, late in the day, got a text, "Hey, something came up. I can't do it. Can we do it tomorrow?" Okay. It's my day off, but yes, absolutely, we can do it. I will take my day off, and I won't golf, and I'll make sure I'm here for your episode. Well, the time comes around 4 p.m., and the person's a no-show. I text, no answer, wait 20 minutes, and just say, "Hey, listen, it's 20 minutes. I haven't heard from you. Not sure what's going on, but I've got stuff to do." Which is very, I think, a fair and agreeable, like, I'm not being a jerk. It's like, I'm here. And, there was a response later on and an apology and whatnot. And I get it. But, it's evident. It has become extremely evident that there is definitely something going on with talking to these Elvis guys, period. There's always a struggle, a hassle. I don't even want to get into what all the where, what, when, why, hows, and everything else, but there's always an issue, an excuse, whatever. Now, maybe that would be okay, except for the fact that I have a completely similar model to compare it to. When I'm doing double the interviews, actually more than that, on the other model, with people who, kind of are really important people. They're, like I said, doctors and scientists and authors and researchers. They have their own career. They've been on TV, they've been around. They have more social media followers than you. Sorry. But you know what? They're pros. They're like, just, yeah, okay. I said I'll show up. And then the other side of the equation is this ETA Files world, and it's mind-boggling, to say the least. So all that being said, it's like, I'm not going to take the Ryan Files and do less to really coddle this other thing. If I can find guys that want to come on and be pros, great. We'll do it. If there ends up being a week or so where I don't have an episode because it was scheduled, it's not like I'm not trying to get people scheduled either, but it was scheduled. I had it on the docket and it just didn't come through. At some point in time, I got to step back and say, "Hey, hold on a second." And what's the real problem is that once you miss that episode or 2 or 3 or whatever, the algorithm will destroy you. It's all about momentum, and we're just not able to keep it. So I will try, but I am not going to sacrifice something that is working to take care of something that needs babysitting and coddling. I'm sorry. It's just the way I roll. And it's kind of interesting. one thing that I will say, just on the behind the scenes, I hear things from people. I get messages all the time, more than you'd ever know. You know, this group, this person, this whatever. It's like, hey, man, yeah. And it's all political. You know, listen, don't watch the Ryan Files, or don't watch the Ryan Files. Don't watch ETA Files. It's real. I have nothing. I don't want anything to do with that, which is another thing that's just kind of starting to turn me off. Whereas on the Ryan Files side, we're separated from that Elvis world, and all the politics are out the window. I don't care. I don't care if your Elvis politics is going to tell you not to watch Ryan Files. It's like, okay, your priorities are what they are. I can't argue with you on that. So it's just become a little bit of a crazy mess that doesn't need to happen, and certainly something I don't want to get embroiled in. But we will play our cards and see what happens. I do have an interview coming up on Monday, next Monday, which is very difficult. Monday's my only night really off. My only evening off during the week, except for Wednesdays, which I tend to schedule interviews on anyways. But a gentleman from Australia is coming on. I feel confident that we're going to be able to make that interview happen. But then, you know, once again, I will have to get that thing, you know, Monday. I'll have it edited by Tuesday and uploaded by Tuesday. So it's at least 48 hours before it goes to members on Thursday, because I don't have anything left in the tank, because there's people just dropping off, not showing up, no shows, so on and so forth. So it's very, it's just very interesting, to say the least. And again, I don't want to appear like I'm bad-mouthing anyone or whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's like, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? So that's kind of just where it all lays. Let me see what you guys are saying. Appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Yeah, well, Annie B thought about ETA Files, having someone interview me. That might be in the works. We will see. Yeah, I love all the kitties. Ooh. It is frustrating. I'm not going to lie. And the thing that's frustrating about it is, like, I'm frustrated because I don't want to let you guys down. The people that watch ETA Files, I don't want to let you guys down, but I also, you know, I'm just one human being, trying to do a number of things. So it's like, yeah. Yeah. So anyways, let me see if there's anything else. Yeah. Disappointing. That's probably a good way to put it. So we'll see how that goes. Who knows? Maybe the ETA Files go away and I go to 3 episodes a week, because things are rolling, man. I can't tell you enough behind the scenes. Things are really rocking on the Ryan Files side. I'm going to get off of here because at 7 o'clock coming up here in about 5 minutes, we do have John R. Carlos. Check it out. Stick around. Make sure you give the video a like or a thumbs up, or leave a comment or whatever. But what's really exciting too is that we are almost at 100,000. Crazy, right? 100,000 subscribers. When you think that in, what was it? April, I think it was April. March or April, we just hit 1,000. Think about that, 99,000. You know. So, anyways, I'm excited. When do you think it's going to happen? Because I feel like probably by the time we're here next week, hopefully this will be fixed. And but I feel like by next week, there's a good shot we'll be over 100,000 subscribers. So tell me what day. Leave it in the comments below this video. What day, time you think it's going to happen? I feel like, I was talking to Justin at work, I feel like the over-under is going to be Wednesday of this coming week. I think it's going to happen. So the bottom line is it going to happen before Wednesday at noon or after Wednesday at noon? Justin thinks it's going to happen before Wednesday at noon. I think it might happen after. Sometimes YouTube really slow plays some of these goals. So I think it might happen after, but I feel pretty confident, fingers crossed, that maybe by next week this time, we'll be a 100,000 subscriber channel. And there's not a ton of those out there. So, and I can't take all the credit. I mean, it's just like, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. So I appreciate everyone who shows up live for this stuff. I appreciate everyone who watches down the road or at midnight. It's so funny to see the statistics of like 1 or 2 in the morning. We do have people from other countries watching, so they're not here right now, but I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And that's all I can say. Stay tuned. In about 3 minutes, we are going to have John R. Carlos talking about cryogenics. Enjoy the episode. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you on Tuesday on the Ryan Files, 7 p.m. But until then, just be awesome. Love you guys.